What's going on, everyone? This is Gainz Gaming. Today we are going to be talking about formations, and I know this has been a very highly requested video, so today we are going to be doing a very in-depth overview of the formation system and give you guys all the information that you need to know about this system. So the first thing I want to show you guys, and this is a huge props to Kingdom 1365. You can see here that they're the ones that made it. Also huge shout out to 2042. They also were part of this. And then also a big shout out to AsbodiAn. I heard he also helped with this as well. This is a big overview of the formation system, armaments, and inscriptions. So we're going to walk through this and just kind of talk about what the formation system is, what you should be prioritizing, and what exactly you should do every single day for the formation system. And if you guys want this sheet, just let me know and I can share it with you guys. Just join my Discord and just send me a PM and I will send it to you personally. So first of all, the relationship of formations, armaments, and inscriptions. You have formations, you have 7 different formations. And from those formations, you have armaments for specific formations. And then you also have inscriptions on top of those armaments. And so first you have the formations, then you have the armaments that go to those formations. And then finally you have inscriptions that can add more buffs to those armaments. And so that is exactly what we want to clarify when we talk about formations, armaments, and inscriptions. So the different kind of formations that we have, and I'll let you guys know which ones are the best ones to be using here. So we do have the Arch, which is a 5% normal attack damage. We have the Wedge, which is 5% skill damage. We have the V, which is switching troops into range mode, launching 1 range attack. And then we have the Echelon, which is an increase of buffs by 1.2 times of effects, maxing up to 5% of the original value. And then we have the Hollow Square, which is a 2% damage reduction. The Line, which is 10% gathering speed for food, wood, stone, and gold. And then the Triple Line for an additional 5% march speed. So we can kind of see the uses here as well, but obviously the most important one for the open field is the Wedge, because most of your commanders are going to be doing skill damage unless you are using Attila Takeda or potentially Pakal Herald. If you're using those marches or maybe Martel, those are ones that you don't necessarily want to have the Wedge simply because they're not doing a ton of skill damage. But a majority of commanders in the open field are going to be using skill damage, and so you want to make sure you're using the Wedge for your primary marches in the open field. Then we have the V formation. That is the archer tower essentially, and so this isn't actually going to get you any kill points, but it will get you ranged points. So I can show you in game right here. If we go up to our account, you can see right over here in kill points, if you scroll down you can see ranged points, and so that is what you're going to get when you kill things from a distance. So you're not going to get kill points or severely wounds, you are going to get slightly wounds, and you are going to get ranged kills instead of kill points. Then obviously we have the Echelon for buffing marches. So for example, Trajan, you have the Epic Joan, you have Constantine, you have Mulan. Those are all commanders that the Echelon will be really good for. But typically you're probably only going to be using Trajan for that. You're not really going to be using Constantine or Epic Joan or Mulan in the open field unless you're Omega Whale using 7 marches potentially. But primarily for Trajan, so majority of players will not be using the Echelon. Then we have the Hollow Square, which is really good for tanking. So for people doing like a tanking rally, like a Pakal Herald or Attila Takeda, 2% damage reduction is really good for those low skill damage rallies or for garrisons. Or if you're using like a Pakal Herald in the open field or using Attila Takeda, that'll also be really good to reduce the damage that you're taking. Similar to the Arch of 5% normal attack damage. Not necessarily good for the open field, but for those specific commanders, they could be useful. And then we also have the Line, which obviously is just for gathering. So make sure you select those for all your farm accounts and for your farmers on your main account. And then finally, we have the Triple Line, which is literally just for march speed. Not really something you want to use besides maybe on your Belisarius for sending for your rune march. Or if you want to kill farmers and march faster, that's also a way that you can do that. And so the spots that you're going to see the formations are going to be right over here on your commander. And so once you click on here, we'll go into game real quick and we'll show you in game. I do have a couple of formations and we will get into the actual gameplay. So I will have timestamps down below. If you want to just skip right ahead to that, feel free to do so. But if we go into our commander tab, if you can see right here, we have Alexander Nevsky. And then right down here, we have the formations. And then you can see we have the Wedge formation that is increasing our skill damage by 5%. So this is where you change your formation if you want to do another one. But like I said, for the open field, especially for a commander like Nevsky, skill damage is going to be the best one. So the Wedge formation is what you should choose. And so here is where you can equip all of your armaments. And so as you unlock more armaments, you are able to equip them on the sides here. So there are books, there are shields, there are little flags, and then a little horn. So they are all going to be very different. And so there are specific ones for specific armaments here. And so it's all not going to be the same. There are specific armaments for your commanders and for specific parts of your commander formation. And then if we start looking at inscriptions, there are some armaments that do contain inscriptions right away. So once again, I can show you in game. And so I can show you here, I do have an armament that does contain an inscription. And so this is where you can find armaments. And so this is where you can kind of select which armaments you want to use. And so if you look right over here, this is where it's going to have the inscription. And so if you look right here, Warcry increases your troop attack by 2.5%. And so this also gives 1.6% infantry attack, 1.5% archer health, and 1.2% cavalry defense. And this is for the arch formation. So ideally you want to have this for the wedge formation because that's going to be the best for open field. So this is only usable if you're in the arch formation and using a tower to do slightly wounded damage instead of severely wounded damage in hand-to-hand combat. And so this is only for the arch formation, which is kind of too bad because this would be, like I said, really good for the wedge formation. Then one other really interesting thing is that you're able to recycle your armaments. And so as you get armaments that you're not going to be using, and trust me, you will get a lot that you're not going to use. And so you are able to recycle your armaments. So if you go back to your bag and you go to armaments, so you can see right here, we have the recycle. And so for something that you're not going to be using, you can recycle it. So for example, I'm not going to be using the echelon formation, so I can go ahead and recycle this. So this would give me 2.2% siege attack, 1.1% archer defense, and 1% siege unit health. But like I said, I'm not going to be using the echelon formation, so I have no reason for it. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to hit recycle. And then once again, you have to find it again. So make sure you don't just hit recycle once again, because it does choose a different one. And so you can actually lock them. You can see right down here, I have locks. And so you want to make sure you select the right one. And so you want to go ahead, you want to find the echelon. So right here, the record of vengeance. So echelon formation, if I can reclaim it, I get 2 of these coins. And so I'm going to hit recycle. It's going to ask you for sure if you want to do this. You're going to hit confirm, and then you've recycled it. Now you have 2 of these coins. And the way you can find those coins is you go right over here to your courier station. You go to the A, and now you're able to buy different items with your coins, your silver coins. And so you have these that reset every single week. And so as you get more formations, you can trade them in for these coins. You can get a formation choice chest. You can get another formation choice chest of the elite, epic, or legendary armament choice. Obviously, the purple chest is going to be a little bit better results. And then you can also get Sage Testimony. And I believe this is only for 1 Sage Testimony, which is essentially 10 gems. So I would highly suggest that you focus more on these rather than the original Sage Testimony here to upgrade your building. Then you also have Superior, which you can buy an inscripted shard chest, which gives different inscriptions. And so the legendary inscriptions, which are going to be really, really good. Then you also have some of the epic ones here as well. Then you also have the inscripted shard, which is acquired from inscription shard chests. And so you can see right here, this is how you get those. And these are very, very, very good. And you can see there's one for every single different formation. And so you can see right here for the wedge, this is the balanced inscription, which is balanced for the legendary banner of the Pantheon. So this increases troops' normal attack damage by 3.5%, and troops deal 8% more skill damage for 3 seconds upon reaching 80% rage, cooldown 5 seconds, which is really, really good. So these are the ones that you want to save up for and eventually get from the superior chest here from the courier station. So up next here, we have the State Forum building. Like I said, I do have mine at level 20 right now. And so you do need to have City Hall 21 in order to build this. So you want to make sure you have all your accounts at City Hall 21. And then it says right here that it is free to upgrade the building up to level 6, which is because you're going to get a reward for building it, which is going to give you enough of the Sage Testimonies in order to upgrade it once again. After that, you should start spending gems, which we'll get to later on how much gems it's going to cost for you. And so Sage Testimony is similar to the Books of the Covenant for your castle. So very, very similar. They are 10 gems per pop, and you are able to buy 20 of them per week at the courier station, which is a 200 gem value. The reason why you want to upgrade your State Forum building is because it is going to allow you to do dispatches, and it's going to allow you to do extra travels. And so I'm going to go into game here. I'm going to show you what it looks like to do travels and what it looks like to do dispatches. You can see right here, it says dispatch already. So dispatch is going to be on the far right here, which you do need to upgrade it to be able to do dispatches. And so once you get to level 10, that is when you unlock dispatches. So at the very least, you want to get to level 10 to unlock the daily dispatches. And so once you go to dispatch, you can see right here, we have different dispatches that we can choose from, and these do not reset every single day. However, as you do the dispatches, you're going to get this dispatch chest, which is going to give you these legendary or epic armaments, or you can get 100 sage testimonies, which is 1,000 gems worth. And so the way that you do this is you basically just hit go. And so the ones you want to prioritize are the epics. And so you can see this is for the arch formation, so not one I'm really going to use. So you can make sure that you're using one that is going to actually be useful for you. So V formation, this one's also V formation. You have speed ups, you have resources. This one again, V formation, triple line formation, V formation, and then V formation once again. And then finally, we have triple line, line formation, and echelon. So none of these are very useful for me. So what I'm going to start with the purple one because that's going to give me the best rewards. So you're going to hit go here, and then you can just hit auto team up and then dispatch. So it does cost AP. You can see you have daily dispatch chances. So at my level, I get 7 every single day. You start off with 3 every single day. So you want to make sure you upgrade this as fast as possible so you can get more of these chests. So now for traveling is going to be right here. And this is also impacted by what level your state form is. So you can see right here, daily travel chances right away at level 1, you get 5 travel chances. And so the more you upgrade it, the more travel chances you get. So right now I have 18. The total that you can get for maxing the building is 20. And so we can go right over here. We can hit travel, and then we're going to choose a commander. So it really doesn't matter what commander you choose. And then you're going to hit travel right here. So you have 18 chances at my level. Once again, you start off with 5, and as you upgrade it, it increases. So it is 20 AP every single time. So you just hit travel here. So you can see this was 150 gems of sage testimonies. And then we have 17 out of 18. So we're basically just going to keep on hitting this, another 150 gems worth of sage testimonies. And then basically what you do is you just continue to do this, and you're going to get some of these armaments, and some of them are useful. So this one is march speed for infantry and archers, and then archer health, which is pretty decent. And so I'm definitely going to be keeping that one just in case I can use it. And then if you get lucky, you can get one of these good ones. And so you never really know what you're going to get, but you basically have to get through this little story mode, and then it will show you what you get from this. So I've had some that are really, really good. Like obviously on my farm accounts, I got lucky. On my main account, not so much. So we'll see here what we get from Ragnar in this little story mode. So you basically just have to continue to click through this and then hope you get lucky on something good. So, okay, so we got a legendary. This is alert. So we get extra 2.5% counterattack damage. This is 3.5% archer attack and 1.7% archer health. That's actually really good. So I'm gonna make sure I lock that because that's actually really good if I want to use it on my archers, which hopefully I can. So this is for the arch formation. So once again, not really something I'm gonna be using, unfortunately, but something I might be able to trade in eventually. Or if I'm going to use arch formation, I can add it onto there for my archers. So as we continue here, I just want to show you guys the state form building and what different levels you should strive for. So you can see right here, the first travel unlock is at level 1. You get 5 daily travel chances, no dispatches until level 10. And then these are the total gems you need to upgrade each level. And so you can see at level 10, you unlock the daily dispatches up to 3 times. And that is a total of 2,350 gems. And so for free-to-play players, obviously it says right here, level 18 is really what you want to strive for. So if you do have the 22,200 gems to get there, that is what I would do on day 1, and then eventually try to get up to level 21 in order to get that extra 0.5% for the dispatch chance bonus, which is going to cost a total of 45,800 gems. And so you can see it does scale up pretty linearly, and at the end it is very, very expensive to max out this building. Similar to getting T5 with the castle, it is very expensive. So you can see level 14 is a big milestone as well because you get up to 5 daily dispatches. And then 18 is also really, really good because you do get that 6th daily dispatch. And then I did get up to level 20, so I got that 7th dispatch, and then I am trying to get to level 21 for the extra 0.5% of dispatch chance bonus, which is basically just an increase of good dispatches that you can get from your commanders. And so something that you just want to get because it's a better opportunity for you. And so that's going to cost me an extra 10,000 gems to get, which obviously, as you can see, I was pretty poor on gems. I'm at about 1,000 now after spending all my gems on More Than Gems and on this event. That's something that's pretty controversial right now, is that a couple kingdoms, including some of the top tier ones that are the highest spenders in the game, got access to this before More Than Gems, and so they're able to spend all their gems here and get an additional 26 gold heads from this by spending 25,000 gems on each day. And so that is something that is pretty controversial right now in the Rise of Kingdoms community. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. I did post a little bit about it on my channel and on Facebook as well, so I'm sure some of you guys have seen that. But nonetheless, the biggest milestones are level 10, which is very, very doable at 2,300 gems. Level 14 is next at 8,000 gems, and then level 18 with 22,000 gems, level 21 at 45,000 gems, level 23 at 84,000 gems, and then finally level 25 at 202,900 gems total. And so obviously this is a very expensive building, similar to the castle. It will take a long time for people to max this out, especially if they are spending on material events or the Wheel of Fortune. And so I would not prioritize this over Wheel of Fortune or material or equipment events, just because those are very, very important. And obviously getting this up to level 18 is really, really good and is a pretty moderate amount of gems for you to spend over a long period of time. And then I would say just slowly work on this during More Than Gems. So like 7,000 gems every time More Than Gems comes around. So that's 14,000 total. And so saving those up in order to get the most value from this event possible. And so there are extra rewards now in KVK for inscriptions. If you hold the ziggurat at the end of the event and you've killed 4 million troops of other camps or kingdoms, you get a legendary chest here with an inscription in it. And so these are all the inscriptions you can get from that chest. I'll let you guys pause and read these if you want to read those and see what are the possibilities. And so that makes winning KVK and holding the Zig even more important, which is kind of a sucky situation for all of the diplomatic teams in KVKs, because if you have allies, you have to decide who is going to get the Zig at the end of the event, because they are going to get the inscription chest and the star. And so the inscription chest is really the moneymaker here in these KVKs now at the end of each KVK on who is the final winner. And then additionally, if you win KVK, you gain the status of the Autarch or the Vindicator. And so that allows you to buy from a shop with new conquest coins and season coins for different inscriptions. And so once again, this makes it very, very, very important to win KVK, because this allows you to get more inscriptions, which are going to be very, very, very good for your account. And so like I said, this is going to make winning KVK that much more important every single time. And right here, you can actually see a mail here that got sent out for the Lost Kingdom Autarch event. And so, like I said, this is for winning KVK. So you can see here, this will start on January 10th. So that is tomorrow at reset. And so you can see here, once again, at the end of the Lost Kingdom, the alliance that holds the Great Zig and has not lost their Crusader Fortress to their camp will become the Autarch Alliance. The Autarch Alliance, who can distribute Autarch testimonies to its fellow coalition alliances, can award them to their members. Anyone holding the Autarch testimony will receive additional Autarch rewards, and this will be Vindicator rewards. Alliance settlement rewards will be distributed according to the Alliance occupation point leaderboard. The more things that you occupy, the more points that you get for those. The Autarch Vindicator Tavern, if you've earned Autarch or Vindicator status in the Lost Kingdom, you'll be allowed to recruit commanders at the corresponding tavern, which will be really interesting to see. Before you start recruiting, you can select your preferred commanders to increase your chance of recruiting them. I think that will be similar to the Heart's Desire. And then new inscription shop coming soon. Governors in a season of conquest can purchase inscriptions from the inscription shop. Inscriptions can be equipped on armaments to improve their attributes. The inscription shop will be available after the season ends. You can only buy one item at the shop each season, so make sure you choose one that's good for your specific formation you want to choose, which, like I said before, I think the wedge formation is the best one to choose for the open field. The inscription shop sells both non-limited and Autarch limited items. Autarch limited items are only available for governors with an Autarch testimony. And once again, that is from capturing and holding the Great Zig and not losing your Crusader Fortress. And then, like I said before, added occupation points for capturing buildings and associated rewards. When an alliance captures certain neutral buildings in the Lost Kingdom, they will receive a certain number of occupation points, which I'm sure will be detailed in KVK. If they lose control of the building, they will lose those points. After the Lost Kingdom ends, alliances will receive rewards depending on where they ranked in the occupation point leaderboard. And then they also sent some formation choice chests here with the epic and the blue materials. So I'll go open those up and we'll see what we get from that. And so we can see the blue chests. We can choose the wedge formation because that's what I want to get. So we're going to confirm that. And we got the effects of Olympia, which is siege defense, siege health, and siege attack. So completely useless. Hopefully we get better luck here on this formation choice chest. So once again, wedge formation. And then we get, whoops, let's close out of it. We got archer defense, infantry attack, and all damage 0.5%. That's actually really good. So I'm going to go equip that on my Boudica because it has some arch defense. And so this is how you equip that. So right here, you can see I can select 2 of these. So I can select the siege defense, siege health, and siege attack, or I can select the archer defense and all damage. So we're going to add that on there. So now we have 3% archer defense, 0.5% all damage, and then some infantry, gold gathering, and barbarian damage reduction. So pretty good start on my Boudica here, getting that really lucky one with the Epics of Olympia here for the archer defense and all damage. Then finally, for the spenders out there, we do have different bundles that are available. And so I'm glad that they didn't allow this to get too out of hand, but it's still a very, very monetized part of the game, similar to equipment. But there are different bundles that you can get. I believe every single day you can buy up to 35 USD of bundles, which are going to give you formation choice chests. And I believe this is the limited bundle that you can get for a legendary chest as well. I will zoom this in so you can see a little bit better. And so you can see there are different bundles every single day. So like I said before, up to $35 USD every single day for the purple bundle. And that is going to give you 7,800 gems, 16 epic formation choice chests, 11 days of speed ups, some resources, and 12,500 VIP. And then we have the legendary version of the chest, which is a total of 185 USD for 44,850 gems, 22 legendary formation choice chests, which is huge. We have 182 days of speed ups, 22,500 VIP, and then some resources here as well. And then if I hop into game here, I can also show you the Cultivator of History. So this is similar to the bundle for the equipment for gathering. And so this is going to give you the Books of Horus, which is going to give you additional gold gathering speed and troop load. This is also going to give you inscription for 10% gold gathering speed. And so if you are a spender and you want to get more gold from the gold pit, this is a very good bundle to pick up, because in total this will give you 34% gold gathering speed. It will also give you an additional 2.5% of resources upon gathering, an additional march speed bonus for siege, and increased troop load as well by 8%. And so if you are a spender and you are looking for more gold, this is a very good bundle to pick up for $10. Now, just to wrap up the video here, a couple things that I want you to prioritize is A, getting your city hall to level 21 so you can build the building, which is a state forum. So first you want to get up to level 10 for the unlocked dispatches. Next, you want to get up to level 14 for the 5 daily dispatch chances. Next, we want to get it up to level 18, and this is really the biggest goal for free-to-play players, getting up to level 18 for 6 daily dispatch chances and 0.5% major dispatch chance bonus, plus 17 daily travel chances as well. And then next, I think the next biggest milestone is level 21, which is a 1% major dispatch chance bonus, still 7 daily dispatches and 18 daily travel chances. And then next we have level 23 to get an additional 1 daily travel chance for 19, 1 more daily dispatch chance, and then continue with that 1% bonus chance. And then finally maxing it out for the 200,000 gems, or at level 25 to get 20 daily chances, 8 daily dispatch chances, and 1.5% major dispatch chance bonus. So now we can finish off the traveling. We have 13 different travels. So I'll show you guys what I get from all this. You guys can kind of see what it looks like to unlock these and what the luck looks like here as well. And so you can kind of see what different armaments we get here. We also get some resources that are obviously not worth the AP, but it's really just all luck. And the luck here, the rewards list, if you look at the probability, we have a 2% chance of legendary, 7.5% of epic, 35.3% of elite, 36% chance to get resources, 11% to get speed ups, and 8% to get sage testimonies. And so we'll continue traveling here. We can see what we get from this one. We'll just zoom past the Centurion story here with Alexander the Great. And like I said before, it doesn't matter what commander you choose, they're all going to be the same. And so you can kind of just choose whatever random commander they let you choose. Then here we have a 6.2% damage to barbarians and 1.7% siege attack and some troop load. This is for the echelon, so something I'm not going to use anyway. Then we'll continue to travel here. This one is actually decent with 0.6% cav attack and health, and this is going to be triple line. Continue to travel here. Let's see what else we can get. This is a 2.8% reduction of damage. This is again the echelon formation, so once again something I can trade in. And then here we have the V formation, so the archer towers. Continue here, some food. Blessings of Constantine, which is 0.5% cav defense for the triple line formation. And our last one here, and then 15 sage testimonies. And so we are a little ways away from getting level 21. You can see it is 1,000. We are at 125. And so right now is another 8,750 gems for me. And you can see I'm a ways away from that right now. And so hopefully we'll be able to unlock the here shortly. And then make sure you also get your daily dispatches in throughout the day and you don't forget, because this is a very important chest to unlock as soon as possible. And so continue to do these. I would continue to choose the armaments, even if they're ones you're not going to use, because you can always trade them in. So auto team them up and then just continue to do the dispatches so you get all of your daily chances. And so we are going to dispatch all of these, and then we are actually going to save 3 just in case we have some good ones tomorrow. And I would say hold these off until the very, very last, because you want to get ones you can actually trade in if you need to, or just ones that you might be able to use here in the future. So I wouldn't go too trade happy and trade in everything that you have, but I would just hold on to stuff until you figure out if you actually need it or not, and figure out what kind of formations you're going to be using. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of formations and armaments and inscriptions. If you have any more questions, feel free to join my Discord. That will be in the description, so you can click on that and join the Discord. You can ask any questions you have there, or you can send me a PM on Discord and I will respond to you. So once again, thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.